Good morning, students. Welcome to Good Samaritan School Isapur online classes. This is your English class, and today we are going to study Chapter 9 Desert Animals. So let's begin. Before you read, can you name some desert animals in India and the world? Who do you think lives in such areas? So you have already studied this in science chapter, the living things and their surroundings. So, among the different habitats, you have seen the desert as well. So, you can name some animals which live in deserts in India and in the world as well. So, let's begin. Desert animals. Deserts are the driest places on earth and sometimes go for months or even years without rain. But even the desert animals cannot survive without water for for long periods in the scorching sun. So they have had to find different ways of coping with the harsh conditions. So children, scorching means very hot. So as you have seen that these desert animals cannot go without water for a very long time. They have developed some methods by which they can survive in the hot deserts, and the way in which they can conserve some of the water for themselves and how to get the water. They have made some ways. These ways are known as adaptations. So different ways of coping with the harsh conditions is nothing but the adaptations that they have obtained. For example, gerbils spend the hottest part of the day in cool underground burrows. So, animals go in the burrows to avoid the scorching sun. We have studied this. And strange insects called darkling beetles are experts at catching drops of moisture on their legs, then lifting them into the air until the drops trickle down into their mouths. So, whatever water is being there on their legs as moisture, that they are able to collect and put it in their mouth. Not all deserts are endless seas of rolling sand dunes. Some are rocky or pebbly and dotted with the small bushes, while others are sprinkles with colorful flowers during the spring. So, deserts are always not just sand dunes and sand everywhere, but some deserts are rocky and pebbly. You will see a lot of rocks there, and some deserts also have bushes which bloom in the spring season. They get lot of colorful flowers. So, dunes means heaps of sand formed by the wind, and pebbly is stony. You will see a lot of stones there. And gerbils means mouse like desert rodents with long hind legs. So it looks like a mouse, but it is a different animal known as the gerbils. There are more than 2300 different kinds of snakes around the world, ranging from just 15 centimeters long to more than 11 meters. So there are 2300 different kinds of snakes all over the world. Most snakes are quite harmless, but there are a few that are so poisonous they can kill a human being with just one bite. Yes, some of them are poisonous as well. Most snakes lay eggs, but there are many which give birth to their young one. In dry, rocky deserts of America lives a rather evil looking snake with a very bad reputation. So, reputation means the general opinion that people have about something or someone. So, if the general opinion is bad, it is said to have a bad reputation. That this snake is very dangerous, we should not go near it, and it can kill with just one bite. So, this is how it has a bad reputation. You can see in the picture, it looks very frightening. Its frightening rattle can be heard as far as 30 meters away, and it can strike with lightning speed. So, it is very fast, and it attacks very fast, it bites very fast, and it is very frightening. That's why frightening means which is very scary. But the rattlesnake or rattler, as it is sometimes called, prefers to avoid people if it possibly can. So it is called rattlesnake because it makes a sound with its tail. You can see here its tail is little different. This small bead like thing which you see, this area, from this only it makes the sound like a rattle. That's why it is also called as rattler. So this sound acts as a sign of warning that the whatever is present near it should go away from the snake. It holds its tail upright and rattles the end whenever it is disturbed, in the hope that the intruder will go away. However, if its warnings are ignored and it feels threatened, if the snake feels scared by anything which is present nearby, it first gives the warning, and if the warning is ignored and snake is feeling threatened, it will coil ready to bite. Then it will get ready to bite and attack. But the rattler itself cannot hear the noise its own tail makes. Right? It cannot hear its own noise. Like most snakes, it hears things through vibrations. It can only feel the vibrations and then proceed in the ground. If a person walks nearby, the snake can feel the movement. If we walk, they can feel the movement. But if the snake, if the same person were to shout, it would not hear a thing. But if the person shouts, then the snake will not be able to hear it. Rattlesnakes are very common and widespread animals, living right across the American continent from Canada to Argentina. So these snakes are found in a very wide area. Means it is found in a very long area. Widespread means it is found in most of these areas. They feed on a variety of prey, including mice, voles. Voles is small plant-eating rodents, rats, chipmunks. Chipmunks means small ground squirrels having light and dark stripes, and many other small animals. Rattlesnakes kill their prey with venom. Like all snakes, they swallow the unfortunate animals whole. So how do they eat? They swallow the animal whole. Few snakes have to eat more than once a week, and some, such as the larger pythons, can survive for a year or more without eating. So, just by one feed, they can survive. After that, pythons can survive for a whole year without eating. Next animal is mongooses. Mongooses like to hunt together, but they always keep a lookout for dangerous predators nearby. So, predators are who catch and kill them. So, they always keep an eye lookout for them. Predator means an animal naturally preying on others. Poking their noses into holes, overturning rocks with their paws, and scratching the ground with their sharp claws, banded mongooses are very amusing animals to watch. A common sight in many parts of Africa, they travel in groups of about 20 to forage for beetles, millipedes, and other small creatures. So, forage means search for food, and amusing means interesting or enjoyable. So, these animals are really amusing. So, they like to hunt together, keeping in touch whenever they go out of sight behind rocks or bushes by twittering and calling. So, the way they communicate is by twittering and calling. Always on the lookout for danger, hawks, eagles, and large snakes, they warn one another with a special alarm call. if they spot anything suspicious. So, if at all they feel that there is danger around them, then they inform others as well, because they move around in groups, right? So you can see they walk on four legs, but after some time, to look for danger or to look for food, they stand in such a way and then they look around their area. Mongooses are famous for being able to kill snakes without getting hurt themselves. Their reactions are so fast that they can dodge each time the snake strikes. So, dodge means move quickly to avoid its enemy. You have played a game called Dodge Game also. They continually make a nuisance of themselves until, after a while, when the snake gets tired, they quickly dive in for the kill. So they first make the snake waste its energy and become tired, and then they kill it. All the female mongooses have their kitten at about the same time. They are raised by the whole group in a den made inside an old termite mound or hollow log. So they all the female mongooses give birth to the new ones at the same time, and then the whole group helps each other to raise the small ones. Where do they live? They go into the old termite mound or hollow log. When most of the adults are out looking for food, one or two males stay behind to stand guard until the others return for the night. So they stand there as a guard. Another animal which lives in the desert is the camel. Camels were first domesticated by people many thousands of years ago. In the wild, camels usually live in small groups of up to 30 animals. Camels have long, shaggy winter coats to keep warm and shorter, tidier coats in the summer to keep cool. So, according to the season, their coat is changing. So, uh, camels, a thirsty camel can drink as much as 30 gallons of water. That's about 500 full glasses. That much water they can drink in just 10 minutes. So that's why they are called the ship of the desert. Normally, however, it gets all the moisture it needs from the desert plants and can survive for up to 10 months without drinking any water at all. So they are made, their body is made in such a way that they can easily live in the desert. They have such strong adaptations. So you can see the long coat here. The camel is having long coat to prevent winters. Now, there are two different kinds of camel. One, known as the dromedary, has only a single hump. The other is called the Bactrian camel and has two humps. So, hump is nothing but this region. The one which has two humps is known as the Bactrian, and the one which has just one hump is the dromedary. The humps help the animal to survive in the desert by acting as storage containers. But they don't store water, as many people wrongly believe. They are full of fat. This fat nourishes the camels when food is scarce. So, in case of an scarcity, then this container which is full of fat, that fat nourishes the camel. If they have nothing to eat for several days, their hump shrinks as the fat is used up. There are many other ways in which camels are adapted to desert life. Their mouths are so tough that even the sharp thorn cannot pierce through. So, if at all they are feeding on some plants and a thorn uh, is there, a sharp thorn is there, then the sharp thorn will not be able to pierce through because their mouth is very tough. So, children, these were some desert animals we studied about. You can relate them to your science chapter also. So, read this chapter once again and write the difficult words in your notebook. We will meet again in the next class.